Hey guys, welcome back to Mojo Homestead, and happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there who are watching. In the spirit of Mother's Day, we thought it would be fun to do some fun facts on the different mother species of our homestead.
The moms of the homestead.
You like the wording of that?
Yeah.
And also, make sure you do not miss what caused this reaction. Yes, that's right. We will put that in at the end of this video. And I am sure that it will go along with highs and lows.
But before we go do that, I just want to say thank you to those of you who have kind of joined our YouTube family and subscribed. We appreciate all of those that follow this crazy homestead life with us. So thank you for being a part of this and for subscribing and supporting us and what we do out here.
Yeah, so if you have not already, be sure to subscribe, like this video if you like this material. We are going to take a break from gardening material today, talk a little bit more about our livestock stuff, and also comment. We love to get your comments and interact with you guys that way. It makes us feel more connected with you guys.
Yeah.
So let's go talk about some mamas on this homestead though.
Yes. Okay, so these are our hens. They're the first moms of the homestead we are going to talk about. The hens, I think, are really interesting because when we tricked them and put chicks underneath them, they immediately started this very low, soothing kind of tone communication with the chicks. They imprinted on them and bonded with them and had a constant communication going on. And when they bring them out to the run, they continue to communicate with them. They tell them where food is. I'm gonna have a chicken flying on me. This very low, soothing tone that they use to constantly guide and protect their chicks. They're incredibly protective of the babies. I've seen these hens go after another hen if they were afraid that like the chick wasn't going to be able to get food, or if like the hen was, another hen was approaching it. They are very protective mamas. It's been fun watching these chickens be mamas.
Okay, so our second mama that we're going to talk about is this little mama rabbit here. Rabbits actually have this reputation of being really bad mamas, but that's not true. The reason they get that reputation is because they're very just like hands-off approach to how they protect them. So they'll start pulling fur to make a nest and to make sure it stays really, really warm, because they're not going to be there to keep the babies warm. And once they build that nest, then they will give birth, usually within 24 hours, and they'll nurse them, and then they leave them. And this is where that reputation comes in, that they are bad mamas. But the reason that they do that is so that predators will not find the babies. At least it lessens the chance of them being able to find it. All day, the mom will stay away from the babies and out away from the nest. Now, in the wild, they do kind of stay within kind of, visual range, but they will not go to them. They nurse once in the morning and once in the evening, and that is when they feel that it is the safest. Other than that, they stay away from those babies. And so they have to really make sure that they are getting all the nutrition they need in those two nursings. They are actually really good mamas and have just come to learn that that's the best way to protect their babies and to keep them warm. So, are you a good mama? Are you a good mama? Yeah. She is probably one of the best mamas on the homestead.
Okay, and these are our last mamas on the homestead that we're going to talk about, but they are probably my favorite. You're not a mama yet. I think the neatest thing about goats, honestly, is when they're in labor, because that is when they are super sweet. They are super docile, obviously, because they're going through labor. They're also very aware of each other. So Majesty came on our homestead, and she was already bred. She hadn't had much time on our homestead or in this herd before she gave birth. And when we found her in labor, she hadn't really connected with the herd yet, and she was in active labor. And our other goat, Elsa, was very aware of her, and she actually came and sat with her and laid with her and was very concerned about her. And when she started having those babies, all the other mamas in the herd, they were like there as her support system. They just were very good at checking on her and making sure she was okay. They were all very interested. Another fun fact about these girls is if you are in a herd and they give birth all at the same time, the way they actually identify which ones are theirs, if several of them give birth at once, is the babies will drink from them and they will smell their milk on the babies, and that's how they will know which ones are theirs. That's the way they identify their young. I just thought that was a neat fact. When you have a herd full of mamas and you want to know how they keep them all straight, it's their milk. So that's pretty cool to me. Hey, mamas.
All right, so those are all the mamas that we currently have here.
Other than me.
Other than this one. And that was a perfect segue, because this one doesn't know that I was going to talk about her.
Oh, gosh. No.
So we talked about all the cool little things that each animal mama kind of bonds in ways that she just contributes to raising her young. So I was going to talk about a human mama on the farm.
Nope.
This one.
We don't need to do that.
No, we don't need to talk about Bruno. But we do need to talk about Cassandra. So, first of all, I just think that all devoted moms are amazing because it takes a huge sacrifice. Both humans and animals. But we're talking about human for this one. So I would say that the one thing that amazes me most about this mama on the farm, sorry, I am trying to deal with our dog that I don't think is in the frame. Is her ability to influence our kids in an eternal way. And what I mean by that is, it's a little bit of a Christianese term, but the eternal spiritual impact that you have implemented into our kids has been amazing. To me, that's the most, valuable thing that you could possibly do. And you do a good job of that. So thank you. So that being said, highs and lows. I love this woman. Mwah! I'll go first for highs and lows so she can recover.
Yes.
My high was that we had Zach and April from Homesteading in the City come out and just kind of do a segment with us out here to see how we were doing things and everything. They really focus on kind of homesteading and growing food, providing food on a very small scale, hence the name Homesteading in the City. So we just sort of talked about what we were doing out here, but how you can maximize crops and nutrition in the crops and stuff like that. And also did a little bit on foraging and food forest and how you can sort of shrink that down into a small front yard or backyard setting. And that was a lot of fun. We really did appreciate them. I will link their video in the description below, so feel free to go check them out with that. My low this week would have to be one of those classic assuming moments, which we all know what assuming does. But there was a situation that we were in, and we just sort of assumed the worst and ended up going back and apologizing, which was actually a really good portion of this whole thing. But just that reminder of how sensitive it can be when we really do have to come to grips with ourselves and admit that we are really making assumptions that are not based on fact.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm one that I don't like to leave it out there, especially when it's someone that's, you know, close to me or means a lot to me. And so would just rather confront them with that, admit to it, and think that that was probably my low because I let emotions get involved and I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But all in all, it ended really well. So that was good. I just had to swallow pride. So what about you?
Well, my high would definitely be Mother's Day. Like everything. I don't know. It's just been like, it's been a really good Mother's Day. I had this amazing gift, my gate, and
let's talk about that gate.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Because I was so excited. Well, first of all, I had no clue. Like, we were even getting a gate anytime in the near future. We had wanted a garden gate. We were using like our old door as like a makeshift,
very much makeshift
barrier to keep the chickens and the dog out. That's like you had to climb over it or move it out of the way. It was very annoying. We had talked about getting a gate, and we were just like, I knew it had to be the right timing and the right one, and we hadn't had time to look for anything, and so it was not on my radar at all because we had very little discussion about it.
Which was all intentional.
Which was intentional, but I didn't know that. And so Jeremy is home for lunch one day early, and then randomly, and then I went to the garden, and I see these trucks like start to roll up. Now we live at the end of a road with like one other house, and it's not a through road, it's a dead end. So when anything drives by our house, you notice. And so I see this huge truck roll in, and I'm like, what is going on? And I can see this black gate in the bed of this huge truck, and I was like, blown away. Like, what is this? And so I got super excited. I knew right then it was our garden gate. And then they come into the driveway and stop, and I kind of went down the garden closer to their truck, and I saw the Say Mojo sign, and I lost it. I was just like, I just wasn't expecting that.
She did. So. You know, ultimate husband's goal is always to get tears out of a gift.
Oh, he got it.
So it was
still
good.
Like,
it was good.
It's still doing it. I love it, Joe. That's perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
And then we had a nice dinner last night. It's just been a great Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So
last night was actually the first little taste that we got of the first big meat that we raised out here.
Yeah,
so that was also special, kind of another dimension to it.
Yeah, I requested steaks, so that's what we had. And we did a big Mother's Day meal on Saturday night because we were doing a big lunch today and didn't want to do a big lunch and a big dinner in the same day. So it worked out well to spread Mother's Day out. I had like 3 days of Mother's Day or 4 days of Mother's Day. It's been amazing. It's like birthday month or something.
Father's Day's coming up.
Yeah. You know, you've raised the bar, man. I'm making mental notes here. Thank you.
So low? Was there a low?
I don't think I had a low. It's been a very good week.
Well, thank you guys for joining us again. We really do appreciate all of you guys who do follow along with us, and to all of you new subscribers, welcome again. We are so glad that you are here, that you are a part of our YouTube family, and hope that you continue on the journey with us and learn something.
Yeah.
So hope you guys have a great Mother's Day, or had a great Mother's Day, depending on when you're watching this. But either way, have a great week and be blessed.